already back. Could you imagine that? The wonders of editing. So, for the longest time, the very first time I started seeing some of these child grown-ups trying to meet children, I always wondered, are they... I know their heart's in the right place, because believe me, I don't show any sympathy towards somebody who's going to try to fuck around with a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 10-year-old. That shit is just beyond sickening. And the fact that I have an 8-year-old daughter just makes it even worse to think about that somebody could be that fucking evil. But I always ask myself, do their actions put a case against them in jeopardy? And here's one clear example, and it's sad because it happened here in my home state of Colorado. And just the way they mock this guy and at the end when he, the problem with live streaming is that a lot of things could go wrong. And that's what these guys were doing. Supposedly, this was the first time this had ever happened in 96 catches, supposedly. But ever since I've started watching Mike Ford, he gives you the actual legalities of, states and what they're allowed to do and not to do. He hires investigators, he hires bodyguards, he hires lawyers, he goes by the book. These guys are just, these guys that he, reacts to are just, you could tell they're amateurs. They can't hold a candle to him. So, without further ado, let's go in and get into this one. And this one really pisses me off.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I have made my move now. I don't have a proper office. I don't even have a desk. My laptop is actually on my lap as we speak. As soon as everything's set up, which should be this week, it's Monday today that I'm recording this video, and I think my desk comes Thursday, and then I can set my office up and start working properly instead of sitting in Starbucks 4 days a week. It's not the best place to work. Just before I left the UK as well, about 2 weeks ago now, I actually caught a predator back home. Part 1 to that video will be my next video after this, so make sure you subscribe and you turn on the little notification bell. Also, I have actually uploaded a couple of videos since I've been in my new house. They are on my family channel, so please check that out. It doesn't have monetization on it yet because I didn't upload on it for 2 years, so it'd be much appreciated if you guys go check it out. But without any further hesitation, let's get into today's video. If you've watched this video for a number of years now, you'll know how much I dislike predator catchers who live stream their catches. It's not like I dislike the predator catchers per se, it's more I dislike the live streaming. Live streaming anything opens the door for mistakes to be made more so than if you can reflect and re-edit the content post-recording. There's no filters, there's no editing, and there's no safety net. And this is made completely obvious in this video today.
Get behind him, get behind him, get behind him, get behind him. Get behind him, stop, stop. Stop, don't let him out. Stop, brother.
So what you see from the beginning clip of this video is 3 cars pull up against a single parked car, 2 behind the car so the car cannot reverse in either direction, and 1 in front of the car in case he tries to get through the barricades. In the state of Colorado where this was filmed, there is no law that allows members of the public, like they do in England, to restrict the movement of somebody in the middle of committing a crime. So this would fall under false imprisonment laws, which is a class 2 felony in the state of Colorado. Colorado CRS 18-3303 defines the crime of false imprisonment as an unlawful detention of a person without his or her consent. Unlike kidnapping, false imprisonment does not require the victim to be moved. Any person who knowingly confines or detains another without the other's consent and without proper legal authority commits false imprisonment. Clearly, the person within this car is confined to his vehicle, he's surrounded by multiple people, and may be actually alarmed and in fear of his safety. This is multiplied by the fact that this is an innocent man. He is not the person that they believed he is. In Colorado, false imprisonment can be up to 120 days in jail or up to a $2,000 fine. If certain criteria are met, i.e. restricting somebody's movement for over 12 hours, this can go up to 3 years in prison and up to $100,000. As this is only for multiple minutes, it'll be a Class 2 misdemeanor instead.
Roll your window down, man. Hey, roll your window down, bro. Hey, you can talk to me. I'm not the police. I can call the police. You can get out of your car. You can talk to me like a man and find out what the fuck you're doing here. Do you want... There's no problem, but I can call the police. You know what you're doing, right? Hey, man, listen. I'm going to call the police if you're going to play stupid with me. All right? Do you want me to call the police? Or do you want to talk? You don't speak English?
No.
I'm just going to call the policia. But I'm going to call the policia because you're a piece of shittia.
You know, it reminds me so much of private school. I never let the shit bother me unless they were saying it and I knew if they were saying it out of true and pure hate. But to be fucking mocking him like this is just bullshit.
On the scale of racism, this isn't a 10 out of 10, but it's a solid 5. Taking the piss out of a foreign accent and rhyming it with "you're a pussaria" or whatever he said, I mean, it's slightly racist. Obviously, in America, free speech is a thing, as it should be, and there's no crime for doing this, but obviously it just doesn't reflect well on anybody who does this in this situation. And once again, I want to reiterate, the person who's sitting in his car isn't a child predator. He's an innocent man who so far has been falsely imprisoned. He's been surrounded by a group of people, mainly men. He's probably slightly scared, and now he's on the receiving end of some verbal racist attacks.
To meet a 14-year, you want to speak English or you want to be fucking stupid? Okay, call the police. It is. You're here to meet a 14-year-old. No entiendo. Yeah, who are you here to meet, buddy? Who are you here to meet? Who are you here to meet? Can I see your phone?
Look at the adrenaline
Let me see your
rushing
phone.
him.
Let me see your phone.
Fucking shaking.
Pick up. Who are you here to meet?
Requesting somebody's phone under duress isn't a crime, but it's something else that can be added to the list of crimes that he can put forward against these people. If you're randomly sitting in your car and you're surrounded by a group of angry, yelly, middle-aged men, and they start demanding things from you, I'm sure you would hand them over. But they'll be handed over unwillingly, almost like they're being forced. And there may be a potential for crimes being broken there. I just don't know any off the top of my head.
Just a quick message from today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a video changer for my own. It can either change the internet or A series is A series 83 50 and you all down below your house.
Hey, the 14-year-old, the kid, who are you here to meet? Buddy, you can be honest with me? Be honest with me, brother, okay?
Check the other side.
Okay. Who are you here to meet?
So by this point, this man has been confronting this innocent person for near enough 2 minutes. At no point has he checked the phone that he has to see the photos that the actual predator sent to double check that this is the right person. There's an entire team of people there and nobody has checked. You've got to remember that they've already put his face on camera in front of thousands of people on a live stream. This man can and should sue for defamation of character and being placed in harm's way. Thousands of people can turn up to this, watching the live stream, assume that this is a predator and assault him as we've seen in previous videos. It's just not good enough.
Be honest. Hey, listen. I won't call. Let me say.
Si quieres escribe.
Yeah.
Pregúntale, ¿habla español?
Hey, you're here to meet a child. What do you mean? Okay. You're not here to meet a child?
Que no entiendo.
Entiendo? You want to help us catch one?
So at this point, you can hear a woman in the background go,
He's not the person we're here to meet, you numbnuts.
and instead of apologising and making everybody in his live stream aware, he just asks, oh, are you here to meet a child? Wait, you're not? Well, why didn't you say so? Even though he's been saying it for over 2 minutes. Not only that, but then he goes, hey, do you want to help us catch one? Which just goes to prove how abnormally candid they are with this. They're not acting professionally. You don't just invite random people you don't know to a predator catch, which is meant to be done for the purpose of getting somebody arrested. Like, this is just insanity.
No?
No sé qué habla.
You don't speak
no
any English at all?
Okay. Solo hablo español.
Only español?
Disculpa.
Okay, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Just hanging out or what?
¿Qué hago?
No shit, he only speaks Spanish. He's only ever spoken Spanish to you. How have you just, like, what is going on? Why is there not an apology? That's what annoys me about this. That they've got to the point here where they could have ruined this man's life in front of thousands of people. Let's put this as an example, right? When you live stream a video, you don't keep the same, let's say 2,000 people concurrently. You have maybe 10,000 total viewers. Let's say a portion of that, 1,000 people, watched the period of time where they saw this man's face, assumed he was a paedophile, and then clicked off the live stream. They now genuinely, throughout their daily lives, for the rest of their lives, as long as they remember it, associate that face with a child predator, even though he's not. And I hope this man sues for that, because you can get a pretty big paycheck for it.
Vengo a buscar una orden de DoorDash.
I don't understand. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
Me tienes asustado, weón. Me tienes asustado.
I'm sorry.
Ahorita, ¿qué
I'm
vaina
so
es
sorry.
esta?
Hey, I'm so sorry. You look just like him, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Finally, the fucking sorries come out, as they should. But sorry doesn't cut it. You've already broken laws, you've already ruined this man's reputation, you've already committed crimes against him personally, and I guess you've parked in illegal parking spaces, so, let's see what Walmart do about that. Sorry doesn't cut it. Otherwise, sorry would cut it for every crime, and that just wouldn't work for people that do what we do, does it? If you do this as a job, you have to follow the laws, you have to do everything to the book. Otherwise, what moral standpoint can you even do this from? If you're breaking laws along the way to catch somebody else breaking laws, no matter how egregious their laws are compared to yours, you don't come from the same moral high ground or professionalism as if you didn't.
He's coming. All right, we gotta go. Oh, I've never done that before. Holy shit, how embarrassing is that? Sorry, buddy. Come with us. Come on. Hey, come on.
Oh, the best way to apologise? Why doesn't he come along with us and watch me embarrass somebody else? That's not how it works. Just so you know, this live stream has been completely deleted from their channel. This doesn't exist on their channel. This is a re-upload because of how bad this is.
Hey, buddy. Come on. You want to go? Do you want to go with us? All right, we're catching a guy that's meeting a little kid for sex. We're catching a guy that's meeting a kid for sex, a 13-year-old for sex.
I don't know why you're inviting him. Every time I do this, I go either by myself or with me and a personal bodyguard security person who stands 10 meters away. Clothed, civilian-looking person sitting down having a coffee, nobody knows he's with me. But if something kicks off, he's very well trained in what he does. You want there to be as little people as possible because one, it means that the police have to spend less time on statements. For two, if you bring him along, he's now an accessory in any crime that you may commit, which means that you've implemented him in crimes and he shouldn't come along just because of that. Because let's say you go somewhere, you do something wrong, you break another law, which you already have in this video, and you end up getting arrested or ruin your reputation, he's now party to that. And the third thing as well is when it comes to taking police statements and the police see this random Mexican guy just within your little group and they say, oh, we need a statement from him and he can't speak English, and they're like, well, why are you here? And it wastes time. It's pointless. And why invite him? It's not a fucking circus. It's just weird.
Same car. Not you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the first time. 96 catches. It's never happened before. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. Sorry. I gotta go, buddy. I gotta go. God, you guys, you can't tell me that. How embarrassing is that?
It's not just embarrassing, but it's completely illegal. And the full ramifications of the law should reflect that. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or you agree with my criticisms, please drop a like and comment down below. And if you didn't for any reason, let me know why. I'm always intrigued. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Peace.
This one absolutely pissed me off, not just because it was in my home state, but just because of my nationality as well. You see, my mom, my uncle, and my aunt, they were born here in the United States. They're nationalized citizens. When my grandma met her husband, of course, before, the birth of my mom, Tia and Tio, they moved to Mexico. And while they were already nationalized citizens, wait, hold on, I got that wrong. So, they actually were born in the United States, but moved and grew up in Mexico until my mom was about 13, 14 years old, and then they moved back here to Colorado. That's how it worked. And my mom had to learn how to speak English from the get-go. She's an amazing woman because she attended DU. She worked for one of the wealthiest men at the time, Phil Anschutz. I'm sure you've heard of the Anschutz Center, where all the hospitals are located. He was one of the wealthiest men in Colorado. She worked for two governors, Governor Lamb and Governor Romer. And she also worked for IBM. And this was at a time where, IBM was a tough cookie to, to get on with. So it was just absolutely amazing what she was able to accomplish, having to learn a whole new language and to overcome all odds. She's just an amazing mom. So when I hear people mocking others like this, it just, like I said, I could tolerate somebody calling me a wetback, a beaner, a taco bender, whatever. I can tolerate it to a certain degree. If I even sense there's a bit of hatred in there, then I'm gonna snap back and say something. But if it's just all in good fun, it doesn't really bother me. But if some asshole was to approach me like this and start mocking me, he would have hit the ground faster than you could get out the next few words. Because, you hear people taking their lives after, having defamation of character, it's just awful. And the thing I love about, Mr. Mike Ford is that he answered all the questions I've always wanted answered. Do these lame assholes ruin cases for police who may have had, these people under surveillance for quite a while? And the answer seems to be a yes, because of their amateur style of just running up on somebody, telling them, oh, we're going to call the cops, this and that. If you don't fess up, it's like, do what the fuck you want to do. I don't care. That's the attitude that a lot of these predators have. And they're pieces of shit. I show no sympathy for them, but, how many people are just going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to come along with you? None. Unless they're put under duress, and that's why, you bring so many people to, get them to basically submit and be, to obey every single thing you say. So it's just bullshit. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think Mr. Mike Ford is a great source for, critiquing, these pedophile hunters, and he goes about it the right way, making sure that he's not breaking any laws in the process. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, might post one more video before the end of the night. Who knows? But in the meantime, thank you for watching as always. Peace out, guys.